silver cross pressed to her lips, a golden chain around her hips. Crazy Ann goes a-wandering every day. She goes a-walking through the countryside, the fields and the towns. Crazy Ann is calling us away. Crazy Ann is calling us away. Her long hair is flowing down, and 3 flowers like a crown upon her amber hair, so soft they lie. Crazy Ann doesn't care if you can't see nothing there. In her eyes that speak as wild starlings cry. She'll say it's just a game if you try to call her name, but she'll tell you that without your love she'll die. A silver cross pressed to her lips, a golden chain around her hips. Crazy Ann goes a-wandering every day. She goes a-walking through the countryside, the fields and the towns. Crazy Ann is calling us away. Crazy Ann is calling us away. Crazy Ann has a child, you can hear him in the summer, crying mother, mother like a crying wind. You can listen with your heart, you can listen with your mind. You can tell yourself you know that Ann has sinned. Crazy Ann has a lover, you can see him in the moonlight, making crosses, making chains, don't ask him why. Crazy Ann has a soul, it's a soul that makes her wonder, crying to you that without your love she'll die. A silver cross pressed to her lips, a golden chain around her hips. Crazy Ann goes a-wandering every day. She goes a-walking through the countryside, the fields and the towns. Crazy Ann is calling us away. Crazy Ann is calling us away. Grandfather sits in an old rocking chair, and he hums a sad song to the still morning air. For this old folks' prison don't feel much like home, and though he's got friends, he feels so much alone. Ah, but Julie comes Sundays when she finds the time, and she brings homemade bread and some blueberry wine. But most of all she brings him hope for a while. Then she leaves the old man with a tear and a smile. The old days grandfather remembers so sweet. You should see the old Ford Model Ts run the street, and the hot roaring 20s were a young man's delight, full of straw hats and whiskey and speakeasy nights. Ah, but Julie comes Sundays when she finds the time, and she brings homemade bread and some blueberry wine. But most of all she brings him hope for a while. Then she leaves the old man with a tear and a smile. Do the folks in the village remember me still? Are we quickly forgotten when we're over the hill? And as grandfather drifts down the warm sunset years, He can scarcely recall all the seasons of tears. Ah, but Julie comes Sundays when she finds the time, and she brings homemade bread and some blueberry wine. But most of all she brings him hope for a while. Then she leaves the old man with a tear and a smile. Mary Skeffington, close your eyes and make believe that you are just a girl again. Go to sleep tonight, dream of days when you had something there to light the way. Remember a holiday in a north of England town. You slept in a room upstairs on a bed of eider down. Mary Skeffington, when you wake, you mustn't be afraid to face another day. Think of what you have, you'll get by. You've always been a lady, so hold your head up high. Look back in a home where you spent the best years of your life. Remember the man who asked you if you would be his wife. Mary Skeffington, close your eyes and make believe that you are just a girl again. Go to sleep tonight, dream of days when you had something there to light the way. Wondering, waiting, my back against the wall. Not a word that passes between us comes to recall. Just your shadow at the window as you pass on down the hall. And you never wanted me, never knew me at all. I haven't any pictures to set before my eyes, and there's nothing I can blame when the blues start to rise. Just the memory of laughter and the living out of lies. But if I could change my ways, we would never have said goodbye. It's a lock that can't be broken, and there isn't any key. 'Cause I'm only in your mind, only you can set me free. You can't hurt me anymore, and it isn't hard to see. Someday someone will leave you, and I know you feel the same. But you'll mark it down to memory and the dream that never came. For there are no answers given when love is just a game. And you never wanted me, and now I feel the same. Well, the lady's asleep and the work is all done, and I can see peace for a lonely old son who gathers his thoughts on a ship in the night and feels like a sinner who has just seen the light. And it's rolling and tumbling the ship in the night. Young Captain McCarthy's the man at the wheel. He hums an old song with a slow country feel, and he smiles as he thinks of last night's deadly sin, as he secretly drinks from his bottle of gin. And it's rolling and tumbling the ship in the night. Ship in the night, take me back to the island, ferry me home on a silver moonbeam. Frosty September's a time to remember, journeying home to the maritime dream. There's a drunken bartender who's pouring some beers. He's an actor who's been trying to make it for years, and he's flattered when any young pretty girl winks, but he knows that he'll be on the ship till it sinks. And it's rolling and tumbling the ship in the night. Ship in the night, take me back to the island, ferry me home on a silver moonbeam. Frosty September's a time to remember, journeying home to the maritime dream. Ship in the night, take me back to the island, ferry me home on a silver moonbeam. Frosty September's a time to remember, journeying home to the I can remember the time you left as though it were yesterday, vividly etched upon my memory, all of the things that you used to say to comfort me when the lights burned low and we thought we could not win. And now after all these lonely years, look what the wind Take off your coat and stay a while. Tell us the secret of your lonesome smile. It's been so long since we laid eyes on you. Please believe me when I say we were talking about you yesterday. We were wondering just where you've been. Now just look with the wind, blue wind. We spend the morning drinking coffee, sitting and reminiscing. Told me about your summer vacation and how the kids had been missing me. She smiled when I asked her for forgiveness for my sin. She said after all these lonely years, look with the wind. Take off your coat and stay a while. Tell us the secret of your lonesome smile. It's been so long since we laid eyes on you. Please believe me when I say we were talking about you yesterday. We were wondering just where you've been. And now just look with the wind, and now just look with the wind. This is a ballad of a sad cafe, where bright lights beckon till the break of day. The walls are shaky and the ears are low. The music is sad and the crowd is slow. There's no fond memories from the sad cafe. There's nothing to say at all. Just stay away from that lonesome hole in the wall. One old man, he's been through the war, keeps all his medals at home in a drawer. A dusty old closet of green and grey. He wears his ribbons on Remembrance Day. There's no fond memories from the sad cafe. There's nothing to say at all. Just stay away from that lonesome hole in the a song, it makes one girl cry. I sat beside her to ask her why. She raised her head, said she could not say. It made her think of a better day. There's no fond memories from the sad cafe. There's nothing to say at all. Just stay away from that lonesome hole in the wall. One boy says he's been through it all. He sits alone and he stares at the wall. He whispers low that he's tired of life. He says he stopped caring when he that cafe. There's nothing to say at all. Just stay away from that lonesome wall. Just yesterday, all around the Jacks come home. He's been seen in all the places where his music it is known. He's been trying to tell his stories of his travels across this land. But the people who were listening, you could count them on one hand. Said he's met a million businessmen who promised him the moon. Said he's met a million ladies who have shown him to their rooms. And a story comes from every town, though he says they're all the same. And whenever anything went wrong, there was no one there to blame. I just asked a simple question, but the story rambled on. He's faced with the stark reality that what he had is gone. In the mountains of his childhood, it was finally decreed that living for tomorrow will just make your soul bleed. Said he's met a million businessmen who promised him the moon. Said he's met a million ladies who have shown him to their rooms. And a story comes from every town, though he says they're all the same. And whenever anything went wrong, there was no one there to blame. But the news is out all around, the Jack was just seen heading west. Some say he's finally had his lies put to the test. But you know my heart goes with him in his lonely drunken dream, that he'll get it all together, things will be the way they've been. Said he's met a million businessmen who promised him the moon. Said he's met a million ladies who have shown him to their rooms. And a story comes from every town, though he says they're all the same. But whenever anything went wrong, there was no one there to blame. And it's 70 boys and men were lost from Grimsby town. From Yarmouth down to Scarborough, many hundreds more were drowned. Our herring craft, our trawlers, our fishing smacks as well, they long did fight the bitter night and battle with the swell. Methinks I see a host of craft spreading their sails a-lee, as down the Humber they do glide, bound for the northern sea. Methinks I see on each small craft a crew with hearts so brave, gone out to earn their daily bread upon the restless wave. And it's 70 boys and men were lost from Grimsby town. From Yarmouth down to Scarborough, many hundreds more were drowned. Our herring craft, our trawlers, our fishing smacks as well, they long did fight the bitter night and battle with the swell. Methinks I see them yet again as they leave this land behind, casting their nets into the sea, the herring shoals to find. Methinks I see them yet again, and they all on board all right, with their nets leaned up and their decks washed down and their sidelights burning bright. And it's 70 boys and men were lost from Grimsby town. From Yarmouth down to Scarborough, many hundreds more were drowned. Our herring craft, our trawlers, our fishing smacks as well, they long did fight the bitter night and battle with the swell. October's night brought such a sight 'twas never seen before. They were masts and yards and broken spars come washed upon the shore. There was many's the heart of sorrow, there was many's the heart so brave, there was many's the fine and hearty lad to find a watery grave. And it's 70 boys and men were lost from Grimsby town. From Yarmouth down to Scarborough, many hundreds more were drowned. Our herring craft, our trawlers, our fishing smacks as well, they long did fight the bitter night and battle with the swell. It only rains when clouds bang together, but everybody knows that. And it's rockets and missiles that are causing this bad weather, but everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. A ring with a pearl is bound to bring you tears, but everybody knows that. And if you break a mirror, that's bad luck for 7 years, but everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But does everybody know how things are gonna go for them tomorrow? What will they do if they turn round and find that they have no time left to borrow? Miss Zaza Gabor is the world's greatest actress, but everybody knows that. And the sex bomb of the 50s got her first break on a mattress, but everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Does everybody know how things are gonna go for them tomorrow? what will they do if they turn round and find that they have no time left to borrow? It only rains when clouds bang together, but everybody knows that. And it's rockets and missiles that are causing this bad weather, but everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. The coat she wore still lies upon the bed. The book I gave her that she never read. She left without a single word to say. Her father didn't like me anyway. She always wanted more than I could give. She wasn't happy with the way we lived. I didn't feel like asking her to stay. Her father didn't like me anyway. Daddy never knew just what she'd seen in me. Daddy didn't like my hair. Perhaps if we'd have talked, he might have seen something in me. But Daddy didn't even care. To tell the truth, I didn't have the nerve. I know I only got what I deserved. So now she's taking leave of me today. Her father didn't like me anyway. Daddy never knew just what she'd seen in me. Daddy didn't like my hair. Perhaps if we'd have talked, he might have seen something in me. But Daddy didn't even care. The coat she wore still lies upon the bed. The book I gave her that she never read. She left without a single word to say. Her father didn't like me anyway.